Hi, I'm Ellen Horan, President and CEO of the Greater Reading Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I'm here for this week's Member Spotlight with Virginia Dodge, who's President and Executive Producer of VA Productions. Welcome, Virginia.
Thank you, Ellen.
So, VA Productions is a full-service video production company, so what all does that entail?
Well, not only do we do video production for corporations, both locally as well as we travel around the world to do our video production work, we also do audiovisual. It's an equal part of our business. We have tons of, when you go to a concert, or even if you go to a large meeting where you see large screens and projectors and sound and lights and beautiful backdrops and things like that, we own all of that equipment to be able to create corporate theater, as we call it. It's everything from an annual meeting or an annual dinner, even for nonprofits, to large national sales meetings or international sales meetings where we're going to places like Budapest or Mexico or Hungary. Well, Budapest is in Hungary, but you know, we're everywhere. Ireland, England. So it's really exciting. But we do an awful lot here, right here in Berks County, and we're serving a lot of the companies that are based right here.
Now, this is a company that you started, is that correct?
That's correct.
Can you tell us about how you got into that? So many people aspire to start a business.
Right.
How did you get into it?
Well, it's interesting because I always say that my clients started my business, because I was with a production company out towards Philadelphia and been with them since I had been in college and learned all the ropes, started from the very bottom, did everything there. Thought I'd die there, you know, when you're with your first company, think you could be there forever. And they downsized and had some financial problems and let go of a lot of people left on their own, and I was the last producer that was let go. And a woman at one point that had worked there said, who had her own business before, said, you know, you are here, the companies that come here are here because of you. And I said, no, they're not here because of me. They're here because of the equipment and because of this person and that person and the owner and everything. They said, it's the producer, the person that they work with. So I never believed her, but when I left the company, everybody that I told I'm leaving said, well, where are you going? Because I'm going with you. I'm not coming back without you. So next thing I know, I still didn't know what I was doing, and clients started calling me saying, you need to do this project, you need to do that project, I need you to help me with this. And I just started doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it.
Now, how did you get over the hump of, it's a lot of equipment and technology that's used in that? So,
well, in the beginning, I didn't have anything because it happened so quickly. So I was renting it. I certainly knew all the places to rent it from. And eventually I started buying, and I can remember my big light kit that was $3,000. I borrowed the money from my parents and obviously eventually paid them off. And I remember I was really excited because the first year as a sole proprietor, I made the exact same paycheck, if you will, as I did as where I was last working. So I managed to not lose anything along the way.
For your first year.
And we grew by leaps and bounds. And it's just been great for the last 23 years, I believe it's been now.
Wow.
So, and it's all been word of mouth and repeat business.
Yeah, congrats. So how many employees do you have now?
We have a total, we've always wanted to keep it pretty small and manageable, because we've seen when my husband is in the business with me, he joined me a couple years after, and we both had been with companies that had grown and grown and grown and had some issues with that growth. So we wanted to keep things very manageable. So we are now there is 6 of us.
Excellent.
6 of us.
Excellent. So, when you mentioned you've been all around the world, you do a lot of work though for companies locally, and if they have an idea of what they want to do but not sure, you're able to help them really kind of flesh out what they need.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite part really, is working, whether you've never done a video before, or you've never done a meeting before, or for meetings we can help everything from doing the meeting planning all the way through, really just the audiovisual. So it just depends on what you need. We can pick up a lot of things and help you, but I love really the brainstorming part and the idea forming and teaching actually along the way in terms of how things work, and making them really enjoy the experience, if it even is their first time doing video or doing a meeting, and really trying to have them be a part of the process.
Right.
And I love the sharing of ideas and coming up with it, but I certainly can guide them, and we it's not just me at VA Productions at all. I have a great team of Nicole and Brett and Craig, Paul and Liz are our support there in the office, and you know, we love working with our clients.
Great. Now, you had mentioned earlier your husband is in the business. You know, so many of our members at the Chamber are family-oriented businesses, and you've actually been engaged with our Family Business Alliance.
Yes.
How so, and how has that helped?
It's been great. You know, as a family-owned business and as a small business especially, we really have been functioning as a family. You know, not a lot of formality in terms of management style and things like that. And you know, going through the FBA, being a part of the peer groups, which are so great. It's a group of people that are all business owners like yourself that are in family businesses, and everybody can share their situations, and we help each other, and the facilitators are always just wonderful, and again, help us with so much of their knowledge, and it's really been invaluable, and we just, all of us really just look forward to the next time we're coming together, and we can't say enough about the FBA. And the forums and the conferences that you have, I mean, have really been the best thing, I think, for me personally, that I've come along in a long time in the Chamber, along with Lean In. I have to throw that in because I love Lean In.
Oh, I forgot you did a Lean In circle.
Yeah.
So excellent. Yeah, we have a very strong Women's to Women initiative, which you know you're engaged with as well. Now, Virginia, another thing I noticed is so many of our small businesses are so engaged in the community, and that kind of speaks to the culture of Berks County. But it also speaks to, you know, the spirit of our small business community, our entrepreneurs. And I know you're someone that's very, very engaged in the community. How do you find the time and resources to do that?
It's really hard, and I guess my suggestions for anybody that's out there that is small businesses is that just be careful, because it really, like, I love it. I wish it could be my full-time job if I could do it that way. And in some ways it became my full-time job because I took on so many things, and I forgot about my business, and my business actually suffered a bit. We even did, you know, work that we were doing for free, and we thought we were really busy a particular year, and it was like, oh my gosh, we had the worst year ever, but it was because we were just doing too much of that.
Right.
So, but you know, give everything you can, do everything you can. There's so many worthwhile organizations out there. Just be careful to try to find balance, as it took me a long time to find, and I'm still finding it myself.
Right.
So,
well, as you mentioned, a lot of your business comes from word of mouth. So, you know, people do want to repay.
Yeah.
You know, those that they see as being a giver as well.
Absolutely.
Do you have any last-minute tips for any other Chamber members or aspiring entrepreneurs?
Oh, just be ready to not get much sleep. Just stay strong, and you know what your passion is. I'm sure a lot of you started like me with just a skill, but try to get some of those business skills that the Chamber is offering, and that's what's making a difference for me after 23 years, that I'm starting to become working on my business instead of in my business.
Ooh, we like to hear that.
So don't forget, it's hard when you're that busy and you're starting out as an entrepreneur, and it's all about the work. It's all about the work. But try to get some of those business structures in place, because they'll be a good thing to have in the long run for sure.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for being this week's Member Spotlight, and thank you for being a member of the Chamber, and thanks for all you do for the Berks County community.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.